Yikes, you be like, hey yo, what's the price? Yikes, when it come to me, I do nothing twice. Yikes, 223, got you taking.
We keep getting people saying they're at an event center.
Everybody was excited and happy for them, ready for the I-do's.
Callers advising the sister's husband's been shot. We're trying to get further.
We were having the time of our lives, and it's like in a blink of an eye, it just was all just stolen away from us.
They're advising the patient was possibly shot 15 times.
Saturday, October 12, 2024. Greensboro police responded to it around 8:49 p.m. at Barber Park Event Center. Upon arrival, police will find a man in the parking lot suffering from multiple shot wounds. Emergency crews worked to save the man, but he died at the scene. The victim had been identified as 37-year-old Tyrek Burton, who had just gotten married hours earlier. He and his new wife had been together 16 years, had 4 daughters between them, and the couple had only been married for about 7 hours.
A man in Greensboro was shot and on his wedding night. People remember their wedding days for all sorts of reasons. The love, the fun, the joy. A woman will now remember it as the day she lost her husband.
He was shot in just hours after his wedding in Greensboro. He leaves behind multiple children and his new wife.
Tyrek Burton married his wife at a venue in Greensboro. The two are both from the Person County area.
Saturday was the wedding Tyrek Burton and his new bride Kiara had envisioned, dancing the night away with loved ones around them, moments after saying, I do.
Saying their vows during the happiest moments of their lives, Tyrek and Kiara Burton captured photos of their holy matrimony years in the making.
It was filled with joy, happiness, a lot of laughs.
They didn't know these photos would be the last they'd ever take.
A day full of love and happiness ended in heartbreak. 37-year-old Tyrek Burton was shot and killed hours after marrying his wife, Kiara.
He and his new wife had been together for 16 years, had 4 daughters between them, and were making plans to expand their family even more.
Family members said that Tyrek briefly left the venue and was followed by a man on his way back. The man confronted Tyrek, accusing Tyrek of cutting him off. Moments later, the man opened fire on Tyrek in front of his new wife.
The newlyweds, who dated for 16 years, weren't even able to leave their wedding venue before the unimaginable happened. The group was down 7 hours after saying, I do.
For Metro 911, what is the address of your emergency? We just had a meeting at Barber Park Event Center.
Greensboro police responded to the Barber Park Event Center just before 9 Saturday night after a reported shooting.
A random person came to this park, a public area, and shot my brother cold blood.
Tyrek Burton was shot Saturday night in the parking lot of the Barber Park Event Center.
We keep getting people saying they're at an event center.
Broadcastify radio traffic shows a chaotic scene.
Callers advising the sister's husband's been shot. We're trying to get further.
Police say Burton was found in the parking lot and first responders tried to save him.
They're advising the patient was possibly shot 15 times.
Family members called police shortly after the wedding reception wrapped up at the Barber Park Event Center. They say someone they didn't know entered the park, alleging that Burton was involved in a traffic incident.
He made a U-turn at the stop sign, so he never even made it out of the park all the way. It said stop sign at the very end of the park. He made a U-turn and came back, and I guess he didn't see somebody, and he cut them off, and that person followed him down to the park.
As Tyrek and his wife were preparing to leave the venue, Tyrek had briefly left to retrieve something, and when he returned, family members say he was followed by a man who accused Burton of cutting him off.
And he asked my brother who was in the car, and who just passed him at the stop sign. And my brother said, if I did, I'm sorry.
Moments later, Burton was shot in front of his new bride and several others, including his daughter.
I don't understand how somebody that don't know somebody from a can of paint could just come in and just do that. I don't, and I never will.
The suspect fled the scene after the shooting, and police are continuing their investigation, but so far no suspects have been identified. An authority said that they're still working to piece together the events that led to the shooting.
Why him? That's the question family members are asking tonight after someone the groom on his wedding day.
The family was told by police that Burton stemmed from road rage.
Why on the wedding day? Why him? Just why?
It was supposed to be one of the happiest moments of his life, and it turned into something tragic. Worldwide. He did this in front of a minor. He did this in front of his wife with her gown on.
As Burton's family gathers around the same area where a momentous day turned traumatic, they're hoping that the person who claimed the life of a husband, father, and friend on his wedding day is held responsible.
Everybody was excited and happy for them, ready for the I-do's.
We were having the time of our lives, and it's like a blink of an eye. It just was all just stolen away from us.
Demand justice. I demand it, and I don't want to wait years for it. He don't deserve what he got.
Police say the that claimed the life of a newly married father of four, Tyrek Burton, may have been related to road rage. His family is calling it a random act of violence and are now demanding justice.
Literally had a hole in his chest over road rage.
The family traumatized and devastated by the turn of events.
And for the person that did this, can't even call you a person. You a monster, man.
Investigators still haven't identified a suspect description, but they're working together to piece together the events leading up to this.
She's never gonna forget that. That child is never gonna forget that. He literally had a hole in his chest over road rage. Cameras, this was at a public park, and there were eyewitnesses, multiple, including one of his daughters. And it was done in front of his wife.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to the friends and family of Tyrek Burton. Because I couldn't even begin to imagine how one of the best days of your life quickly becomes the worst. And it's crazy because at the time of recording this video, no suspect has been named or identified. And I'm curious to know, did anybody get a license plate, a physical description, or the suspect's direction of travel? Because depending on the police response time, that car should have still been in the vicinity. So why is nobody in custody? And why hasn't anybody been identified? I'm curious to hear y'all thoughts on this one. So comment your thoughts down below. And if you haven't already and you feeling the content, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because I got more videos coming. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.
Yikes, you be like, hey yo, what's the price? Yikes, when it come to me, I do nothing twice. Yikes, 223, got you taking